Welcome to episode 10 of the Book Writing Journal. We're nearly there. I know I said this in the last update, but we really, truly are nearly there in terms of having a proposal with agents. So, in this update, I'm going to share with you why there's been a brief delay in getting the proposal into the hands of agents. And I'd also like to share with you some reflections that I've had on the book, the story, and where and how this whole process has helped me contextualize where I'm at in my life right now. So, the book writing process is a powerful one. And yeah, I'll come on to that in just a moment. So, what's happened that's meant that we didn't get it into the hands of agents in January as we had anticipated? And I say we being me and Paddy Hall, who is my book coach, my friend, my guide, who has really been holding space for me and supporting me and challenging me over the last 12 months. So, what happened was that I sent out the overview, which, if you were tuning into episode 9, you would have heard me read the overview. I sent that out in written form to some trusted friends and colleagues and asked them for some unfiltered and direct feedback. And what was really awesome and powerful out of that process was that people shared what they thought really resonated, but they also shared what wasn't working for them, which was exactly the juice I was looking for. And what that has meant is that Paddy and I have been looking over the overview again to say, well, how do we reorganize the information? How do we let go of what isn't working? How do we make this the most interesting, engaging, and useful overview that it can be? And so that's the process that we're mired in right now. I say mired because it takes a little while to filter all this through, to let it move through the system and percolate. And while that's been happening in the background, I've also been working on some query letters, getting ready to send the proposal out to the agents. So that makes me feel like we're really, really close in having this in the hands of agents early next month. So if we're sitting on what is it? It's the 30th of January right now. So by February, early February, I hope to have this in the hands of some agents. And I often feel I underestimate how long this will take. It's been a year since I started writing with Storyhouse. Didn't anticipate I'd finish with over 120,000 words, a book proposal that's was pushing 10,000 words at last count. And even today, I thought I'll sit down and research how to write a query letter, what to do, and start to structure one for an agent that I'd like to approach. And yeah, I thought I'd be done in an hour. No, 3 hours later. Just, first draft done, 3 hours later. This is how long the writing process takes. So what else has been happening in the background is a bit of a reflection for me. Always January is always a bit of a reflection time when I think about the last year, what's changed, what's coming up, how am I going to prepare and plan for this year? And for those of you who know me outside of this process, you'll know that I've changed my career in the last 24 months. So during the pandemic, I went from being in complex sales, working on big contracts and doing a lot of writing in my career in that way, to being the head of people and performance for a technology company that is really growing. And we went from 12 people to, when I started full time in mid 2020, to over 40 people today. And we're going to double that again this year. So my career has shifted 180 degrees from where it was since I really started thinking about this book process. And certainly while I've been writing the book and writing the proposal for the book. And what that has shown me is that this book writing process is like an end cap to a whole part of my life that is now forming part of this memoir. So if the memoir and the story was the pilgrimage to me coming home to myself, this new chapter that is already opening and emerging is me stepping confidently into that next chapter and that next potential book already. And that's been a real eye-opening, heart-opening, mind-opening reflection, because what it's allowed me to do is to look at the character or the person that I was while this whole narrative of the book was unfolding, and to almost be able to say, right, so that's that part of my life finished. And now this is the next part of my life beginning. That finish also came with the conscious and beautiful uncoupling that I had with my partner. And a lot of things ended during this book writing process, including my relationship. And again, Patty has also held space for that because it's been part of the story. But it just really feels like this whole period has been this journey home to self in so many ways. And already I'm talking with Patty about the content for what could be the next book, while also processing a lot of the reflections which will go into this book. And I really feel that in this book, I have a lot to share. This current book that I'm writing, I have a lot to share with people about how do you come home to yourself? What things do you need to do to surrender to who you truly are? And what steps can you take to allow yourself to do that? I feel that's all interwoven into the story. So, by episode 11 of the book writing journal, I hope to be able to share with you some good news. I hope to be agented. And I'm, I'm optimistic, but I'm also very realistic that this could be a long process. So, that may not happen by episode 11 of the book writing journal when that eventually gets released. But that's my hope for our next update and our next episode. I also hope to share in the next episode the revised overview, which will be shorter, sharper, and juicier. Can I use that word? I think it'll be juicier as well. So stay tuned for episode 11 of the Book Writing Journal. And thank you for joining me today in episode 10. If you have any questions, as always, I'm here to answer them. And I look forward to seeing you on social or in real life very soon.